Hi everyone, I'm Derek. This is There Will Be Cars, and on this channel I review mainly new vehicles. So there's going to be off-road SUVs and trucks, and of course there will be cars. Today we have the 2019 Ford Ranger Lariat with the Super Crew body style and the FX4 off-road suspension package. Really pushes the fact that this is a lifestyle truck. There are various racks and systems that you can add to this truck to make it more lifestyle friendly, like if you want to carry, canoe or outdoor accessories, things like that. As you can see, this does not have any of those, but we're still going to use it as a lifestyle vehicle today. My friend Dan, a very talented comic artist, he is a creator of this series of comics called 3-Panel Origin. I'll put the link to that in the description below. He's been kind enough to work with me on this, and we're going to take his one-person 9-foot kayak to a nearby lake so he can do some kayaking. We're going to do it the old school way, just load the kayak in, tie it down. Space is a little limited given this short box, but we'll make it work. Okay, so we've got it strapped in. Luckily, most of its weight is doing a really good job of holding itself down. But just in case, we've got some straps looped around this helpful lip here to hold it in place. But yeah, that's not going anywhere. But we're gonna head to lunch and then to the lake and pull this bad boy out. Yeah, it's a short box, but you angle it, don't have too much hanging over the side, so we're in good shape here. So my girlfriend and I decided to do some more outdoor activities today. So we went to Barton Springs to float around on our floats. And what better vehicle to do it in than the Ford Ranger? So not everything could fit in the back of the cab. Had to fit her float back here, and this is one of the things about the tailgate on this truck. This is old school. You let it go, it will slam down, but anyway, it was able to fit her float. We just tied it down using the handy, cleats. Did a nice little X, didn't go anywhere. And then we were able to fit my float in the back of the truck. So as I said, we fit my float in the back of the truck. Technically we did. As you can tell, it's a bit of a tight fit. And I have the rear seat up right now because we did a little grocery shopping on the way back, so we had to fit all that under here. And as you can tell, when you flip the seat up, there's a little cargo bin right here on this side. And then there's some cargo space over there. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. Here's a closer look at the cargo space on the passenger side underneath the back seat. And I'll show you what it's like putting the whole seat down. You just pull this tab. As you can tell, there's no 60-40 split to it. It's all one piece. Just pull this tab, locks into place right there. My buddy Dan was with us yesterday. We took him out so he could use his one-person kayak, and then my girlfriend and I were walking a nearby trail, and he was trying to pull this down to, put one of his drinks in one of the cup holders, and he couldn't get it to come down at all. Kept yanking on this, and he reached back here and he said, "Well, I can feel where the cup holders are." And so I thought, well, maybe you got to unlock this. Pull that tab and unlock the whole back seat, and then maybe you can do it. So I tried it earlier today. That didn't do it. This is the secret. This is very particular. If you pull down, that doesn't do it. You have to pull out It unlocks, and then you can fold it down. Just an odd thing about this. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You know, you want to use the rear cup holder here. Don't pull down, pull out, and then down. One drawback about the back seat area that I discovered right when we picked Dan up was the fact that there are some charging options back here, and there's a little storage area, but as you can tell, there are no HVAC vents. Fortunately, it's not a cavernous space inside this truck, so he had no problem getting enough cool air from the front row where he was in the back seat. In case you couldn't tell, I've got just enough legroom. I'm 5'10", and it's kind of cozy back here, but Ford did something very smart. They have this carve out in the back of the front seat, so I can just fit behind myself with the driver's seat adjusted to my height. Well, everyone, it's been a fun week with the 2019 Ford Ranger Lariat. I started right out of the gate having some fun in the sun with this. Since I jumped right into that kind of action with this truck, I didn't really give you any background on it, so I'll do that now. It's got a number of options fitted to it. It's got the Sport Appearance package, which changes the grille and bumpers and other cosmetic items. And then, of course, it's got the FX4 package. So that not only adds an off-road tuned suspension, but it adds a bash plate up here, tow hooks, more aggressive rubber, locking diff, Ford's terrain management system, and its trail control technology. And then, of course, what options package would be complete without decals? Drop-in bed liner in the 5-foot bed, put that to use. And then it's got a trailer tow package as well. So this is another one of the features of the FX4 package, this cluster of off-road gauges to show you your pitch and whether your locker's engaged, things like that. This truck also has the 501A equipment group, so that includes a number of things like rain sensing wipers and the technology package. The technology package consists of navigation and adaptive cruise control, which you can see right here. Very nice feature. But that brings to mind one of the things that kind of bugs me about this truck, and it's a little thing, literally, and I get it because it's a packaging issue. This is a mid-size truck, so it's not as large as the F-150, but these buttons, there's quite a few of them, and they're kind of small, so it requires just a little bit of searching around. Sometimes they're just not as easy to hit, obviously, as a larger button at speed. But one thing that I definitely like is that they put the volume controls on the right here, and to me, a righty, that's very intuitive. And taking a look at the other switch gear and buttons and dials and everything, of course, that's touchscreen. Sync 3 infotainment system with an 8-inch screen. Down here, Ford has done like they do in their other trucks. They use large knobs for the volume and tuning, which I love. Now they got these sort of rocker switches for temperature, for the dual zone climate control, and then the fan speed. Now, one thing I wish they had found room for was a hard button for the HVAC fan split. I have to adjust that up here using the touch screen. Personally, that's something that I adjust quite a bit, especially here lately because the weather's been fluctuating. Sometimes it'll be cloudy and rainy and then humid and just real muggy and everything. So I like being able to just quickly adjust that. And I wish they had a hard button for it, but they don't. The good news is they have a variety of charging options here. So I got these little flip up ports, and then down here you've got the you got a couple of USB ports. Then right here you've got the dial for the terrain management system. And you just click it right there, and then of course you put the shifter into neutral, shift into 4 low, then you push this button to change the terrain mode. So you got normal, grass, gravel, snow, mud, ruts, and sand. That's just about it for me and my time with the 2019 Ford Ranger Lariat FX4. It's been a lot of fun, literally. I used it to do what trucks like this are made to do, and that's, you know, enjoy an active lifestyle, just get out there, have fun outdoors and in the sun. And yeah, we've had plenty of that here lately in Central Texas. And yeah, even though, you know, it didn't have the racks that this truck is available with for certain outdoor accessories and things like that, I had no problem carrying a 9-foot kayak, just angled it in the 5-foot bed. There wasn't too much hanging over, no issues. And then I was able to strap it down using the cleats in the back. It did the trick, and I didn't have to worry about scratching up the bed or anything. So I didn't do any advanced off-roading in this, just did a little roaming around on the rocks and splashing around. But that's okay, because in a couple of weeks, I should be getting another Ranger with the XL trim level and 4-wheel drive, but it also has the one of the available Yakima 2-person tents installed in the bed. So I'll be putting that to the test. I'll be bringing along my buddy Dan, who I mentioned earlier, the comic artist, and he'll be joining me so we can do some off-roading and then just hanging out, camping out. Thank you for watching this review and for stopping by There Will Be Cars. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you have, please like this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to There Will Be Cars. I hope to see you next time.